former President Donald Trump making a major prediction about President Biden at last night's town hall with Sean Hannity. And the president telling donors he's not sure he'd run for re-election if Trump was not in the race. Wow.
I personally don't think he makes it. Okay, I haven't said that. I'm saving it for this big town hall. I personally don't think he makes it. I think he's in bad shape physically. Do you remember when he said, I'd like to take him behind the barn? If he took me behind the barn and I went like this, I believe he'd fall over.
So those comments coming out last night, Brian, and at a fundraiser out in Massachusetts on Monday, President Biden explaining why he's running for re-election, saying off camera to some donors, if Trump wasn't running, I'm not sure I'd be running, but we cannot let him win. So as Nikki Haley works to close that gap on Ron DeSantis, the former ambassador to the UN is gaining steam. Now, Democratic mega donor Reid Hoffman given $250,000 to Nikki Haley's super PAC, saying he's voting for Biden, but hopes his donation to Haley will help her beat Trump, which is his goal here. And now billionaire Home Depot co-founder telling Fox Business just yesterday he's about to throw his support behind Nikki Haley. Watch.
Yeah, I'm just about ready. I had a nice meeting with her yesterday in my office. And I'll tell you, she came through loud and clear, straight shooter. She recognizes the challenges and the issues. And I think she's got the determination to effectuate change in America, which is desperately needed right now.
So we're waiting to hear more on that endorsement again this morning, but just over a month, right, to the Iowa caucuses. So there's been a lot of activity on the ground in the Hawkeye state. Trump saying just last night to supporters that he's going to blitz Iowa and be there several times, knowing he's in the lead, but said he's taking no chances. Ron DeSantis has hit all 99 counties. He'll be back again after he leaves Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So we'll keep a close eye on that. We'll send it back to you.
Alexis, I've got a question for you. So you mentioned Reid Hoffman, this guy who's very wealthy. He helped start LinkedIn and stuff like that, venture capitalist. He's giving $250,000 to a Republican. He's a Democrat, I do believe. So is he giving the money to Nikki Haley so that she beats Donald Trump, so that Nikki Haley is easier to beat for Joe Biden, or does he actually want the Republican to win?
No, he says he's definitely voting for Joe Biden. He just thinks that this is the best way to get Donald Trump out of the way. So he says he hopes this money will help Nikki Haley. Right. And then he'll have to see what happens if, Nikki Haley faces off against Joe Biden there.
So it's yeah, I guess he believes that Trump is a tougher out. That's interesting because Nikki Haley, up until this last poll, seems to have beat Biden pretty easily compared to Donald Trump from 7. She was in double figures in a couple of polls, Alexis. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
and
Alexis.
The ads are so expensive, $250,000. It's a lot of money to the average person. But for a political campaign, that's not going to help.
$25.
That's not going to help her beat him necessarily.
So if you're Nikki Haley, do you keep the money or do you give it back?
You spend it.
You take the money.
Yeah, when you want to be a president.
Yeah. I mean.
Because Nikki Haley and Reid Hoffman have the same goal, and that is to beat Donald Trump.
Well, it does look like the donor class, the folks that typically control elections in the sense of if you're a candidate, you need the money to win, have moved on, it appears, from Ron DeSantis to more of Nikki Haley because they feel like he had his shot early on, that she's the one that could take out Donald Trump.